You're making it seem like the fan art that I was watching was like smut. It was not. It was cute, and it was she was wearing his glass. You were like, yeah, I remember that scene when she was like, what? Don't make me out to be this freaking.
I'm saying that's the fan art. I'm trying to see.
You're trying to see, and you've been looking up.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Done Peace. Today, we will be discussing Post Enies Lobby, chapters 431 through 441. And my name is Josh Garp, Monkey D. Garp Michaels, and I'm joined by...
Grandpa Garp.
I stole yours?
Yeah.
What?
What?
No Trunks Perrine.
Okay.
Mehgan, no Trunks Perrine.
All right.
Oh.
And today we are joined again by...
Nolan D. Yonko. Yeah.
We do not think of these names
before.
And if anybody ever doubted that, then I think this is evidence and proof. Welcome back to another episode. Like I said, Post Enies Lobby 431 through 441. I was kind of worried about there not being a lot to talk about in this episode. It's only 11 chapters, but there's so much, dude. This is like all these chapters are lore building chapters.
Yeah, it's like the most we've gotten, I feel.
Yeah.
Like literally in like a volume, like it's kind of insane how much is just like revealed and just like, oh, here you go. It's like, oh, it's like, here you go, babies. And we're like, gaga goo goo. And we're like taking it, you know?
No, for sure, dude. I was sitting there reading it.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And I was just taking it the whole time.
You're like, thanks, mama, ora,
Mwah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, after Water 7, after Enies Lobby, the pattern has been like, okay, you're gonna get an intense arc, and then things are gonna calm down for a little bit.
Yeah.
You're gonna get time to relax, and then we're gonna take you on the next adventure. But this is like, nah, we're just gonna go even harder and give you like so many things, like so many things are confirmed. Like we get to finally find out who, like, not only who Luffy's dad is, who his grandfather is. We get to see more of Shanks. We get to see more of Whitebeard. We get to see more of Blackbeard. I mean,
Ace.
Ace.
And then it just wraps everything up. And like, obviously there's a lot of moving parts in One Piece. And there are a lot of connections that we kind of forget about, like characters being connected or like just like their experiences. And this like felt like, oh yeah, damn, like this shit is really happening. Like, it was crazy. It was just, everything was like tied together, and we saw characters that we haven't seen in a long time, which was so nice. And it was just like really like amazing. It just made me like it felt like it was like the end of the story.
Yeah,
but it's like only the beginning.
Yeah, it is.
It really did. I know there's a time skip, obviously, and I thought like this seems like the type of story or the closing of a story, or at least this is where it's going to end before the time skip. But I know it obviously keeps going, but it just like you said, getting to check in and see all these characters that we haven't seen for so long, like Nojiko, and getting to see like Dalton and Dr. Kariha, and like just, I mean, even Zoro's master, everybody, Luffy's hometown, Vivi.
Crazy.
Like it was so cool. It was so cool. I mean, we've already kind of got into it a little bit, but like for you guys and Nolan, your first time experiencing this, for those of you who don't know, Nolan is caught up on the manga. Like, I don't know, like what is this part of the story? Cause it does feel like this part of the story and even the last line of where we're ending, like where we ended reading says the trigger for major events to follow. Like this feels like it's gonna shift and become like something even crazier.
Yeah, the arc ended, and like what you guys said, you thought it'd calm down, but it literally did the opposite. I think it literally set up the roadmap for the entirety of the rest of the series, pretty much. And you got introduced to not only like new characters, but kind of like the concept of what the entire world of One Piece is like centered around, which is like this balance of powers between the Yonko, the warlords, and the Navy themselves. And that kind of dynamic is just going to be explored further and further, obviously, because that's like the foundation of the world pretty much. But it's cool to see how they continue to play with that world building and how they play off of it and who's involved in those groups,
Yeah.
Yeah, and the emperors alone are a whole different like section of the story. So
yeah,
cool.
I mean that the because it's the warlords, the navy, and then the emperors are like, well, we know for sure it's Shanks, Whitebeard, and there's
two
another
other people.
There's another like person in that panel that we see. We don't know who they are yet, and then the fourth we don't see at all.
Yeah,
and Monkey D. Dragon is not in any of those. He's just
exactly.
He's a revolutionary army.
Yeah. So they even introduced like outside factors that could play into, and I guess we know now that Luffy would probably be an outside factor that would affect the balance of, and it's already happened because he kicked Crocodile out of the warlords. Yeah, and Blackbeard was like, I want to be one. You know, like even just like now we understand why they think that taking out one of the warlords is such a big deal, because apparently they need everybody just to fight Shanks's crew, Whitebeard's crew, and the two others.
Yeah.
Apparently they're just that crazy.
Well, I mean, we get to see a little bit of like Ace and Blackbeard's fight, and dude, I mean, you're gonna need an army. This guy has
one. Yeah, exactly.
And his devil fruit ability is like crazy too. That he would also like how he came into getting it, and that he, you know, hunted it down or like only joined this crew to like find it. And
that's some true pirate shit. I mean, like, you know, they be pirating, but that's like some true pirate shit.
Real
like
pirate shit. Blackbeard is definitely the realest pirate.
Yeah,
so far.
He seems like this fool's
a pirate.
This fool's jolly.
Arg.
Yeah, dude. What about you? How did you feel reading it? Because I was, you know, like sitting next to you during certain parts of you reading it, and you were reacting very loudly.
The Ace fight was crazy. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, that fight was amazing. Also, like, just everything with Frankie and like that wrap up of that story was so awesome. And I think we had talked about it, like, you know, obviously when he was introduced after in the the first part of Enies Lobby. You know, you kind of like think that he's like forgiven himself. You kind of think that he's like kind of at peace with what happened with Tom,
on the train and everything.
but he's like not. And him wanting to stay is like obviously a resemblance of that. But it was just such a like nice wrap up of all these amazing characters. We get to see them party. Like it just
every arc.
Yeah,
it just felt like so nice.
A party every arc.
But they went the hardest this time.
Oh
yeah, the whole island involved.
Yeah, it's definitely a transitional. I would say it's definitely like things will be different from here on.
Yeah,
to an extent.
And you feel that extent. It's kind of like the end of an era.
The end of an era.
Yeah, because everyone got bounties now.
That's true. Oh, yeah.
That was so funny, too. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. This is dense, dude. So much shit happened. And, like, the Frankie joining the crew, like, I after everything that happened with Robin and how emotional the I want to live and all that was, like, even Frankie's, like, speech and leading up to him joining was almost, to me, equally as emotional. I don't know, something about like just the dialogue during that scene. It got me just as much as Robin, you know, proclaiming that she wanted to live. Like it was emotional. It was intense. It was beautiful.
You could say that moment of the story had you by the balls.
Oh my God. Yeah, dude. I mean, Oda just opened the door to all kinds of crazy stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude,
it's kind of scary, actually.
It's so scary, dude. And I'm not
I was like,
lie,
Robin,
dude, that was
chill. She was like, this is the only way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My balls?
Dude, I mean, like
maybe he has like metal balls.
Maybe he has
you hear
metal balls.
A cling, like a clang.
Clink, clink.
Clink.
But for me,
you're gonna break out. You're gonna rip them off. Like, chill.
More than the pain,
chill.
like more than the pain, my mind went to like all kinds of, you know. I mean, I might have ate the darkness devil fruit because my mind went to dark places.
Dark.
Dude, like, I was thinking of like all the implications of that.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, I mean, my mind went.
Well, I just saw some art of
just
like
to let y'all know.
Yeah,
Robin, the ship of Robin and Frankie. I'm like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Oh yeah, she's
the
obsessed.
Frankie
I'm obsessed. I don't know why. I just am, and like, I see. Oh,
that's
Luffy,
funny.
Nami, ha ha ha. I'm like, I don't give a.
No, Luffy doesn't give a shit about it.
I only care about these. I don't know why this piece of art just like shook me. I was like, this is perfect.
Well, this is good,
and I don't care what anyone thinks about it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
You're reposting every Frankie and Robin ship fan art that you can find.
I don't know why, but this I was like,
That's funny.
shit, is this
she
canon?
does grab his ball.
Is this canon right now?
Do you want things to be spoiled or not?
Stop.
Because Josh will tell you right now.
yeah, because
he knows.
Yeah,
he
I know
knows
everything.
Stop.
No, I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
I just wanted to say that. Okay, anyway, but
But yeah, I mean, I was worried about there not being enough stuff to talk about. There's so much stuff to talk about. So, I mean, let's just start going through it. When it picks back up, everybody is back on Water 7 or in Water 7, and they're repairing the island from the Agua Laguna. It was like the worst ever. Not bad enough to build a whole ass ship in, though. Just want to say that Iceberg had no problem building, repairing the Mary.
Yeah, he had to use the scrap. Even like they were like, bro, come back. Like that's just gonna take you away. And he was like, what? And I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like the waves were like crashing behind him, and he's like, "It's fine." I'm like, "He's a madman."
Yeah, he's a madman. But
Iceberg.
Everybody's there. Like the Giants are there, Galila's there, the Frankie family. Everybody's there. Everybody's helping rebuild the city now, and the Giants came with them too. And they're like, "Yeah, we'll chill here for a little bit. We live hundreds of years, so
they keep like I know that they've said like Giants live 300 years, but I feel like Oda has put this shit in the story like so many times. Maybe I'm just looking into it too much. But they're like, we live 300 years. Like they said
like
it,
that specific time.
Yeah.
You know, I honestly, like things like that could have
meaning.
They could have meaning too.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be surprised because there's little things like that even up until this point I probably haven't like picked up on, or there's like certain things that they're just really like hidden in the paneling, like just like in the fucking corner, and it'll be something cool, or it'll be like something consistent, like you said, is that they bring up is like 300 years. I'm like that could be it, especially when bringing up time and history. It's gonna matter more and more as you.
Well, my thing with these freaking Giants, dude, is if they keep saying like, "Yeah, we'll stay here. We live 300 years. Yeah, we'll stay here. We live 300 years," and they're never gonna go back home.
Yeah,
that's true.
Life will elude them.
Yeah, the story will be done.
Yeah, their story will end.
It'll be a giant mistake.
Yeah, it will be.
Keep up. Killing.
But everybody's like the gang, the Straw Hats are all resting like they do after every, kind of big fight. Obviously, they need time to like recuperate.
Yeah, during this time, everyone is like, we just want to say sorry that we like did all that shit to them. I was like, you guys are fake hoes.
You guys are fake hoes.
And
I mean, they didn't know.
No, I don't give a damn. We should have known.
Yeah, I don't give a damn. Like they came out to the Straw Hats like, bye.
Bro,
like,
we wanted to buy a whole ship. Come on now. We showed up at the Galileo this morning, like a couple days ago.
With good money.
Some good money.
Yeah.
Just turned us away. You even helped us get the money back. Tried to help us get the money back.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
One of your guys actually took the money, wanted to take it for himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody from your island.
Someone you associate with at the bar.
Yeah.
The bar.
Stole
He's there.
our money. Our hard-earned money.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
But and then Luffy's like trained himself to like eat while he's asleep, which I thought was pretty funny too.
It's effective as fuck.
Yeah. I mean, dude.
Strong.
Got to keep up his strength. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been working on it, but I still got a long way to go. I think.
I don't think you needed to work on that too much.
Yeah, I know I've been packing on the pounds a little bit. I know I've been. So it's a stressful time.
Where did this like
comfort food?
Where did this like weight joke come from for Josh? Out of all people,
it's
Josh.
Body dysmorphia, dude. I
don't know. It's just like.
Is that true?
No, he
a little bit, yeah.
Dude, that's really funny.
That's so funny. Bit, yeah. I mean, I'll show the picture again.
Show the picture.
I've shown it on this podcast many times.
Which one?
The Fat Josh picture.
Oh.
I'll show it again. But and then Frankie, this is where we start immediately like getting some of this lore building happening. Like Frankie reveals that he spent all that money. I think it was like 200 million berries.
Oh, right.
He spent it on wood from the jewel tree, which is the strongest tree in the world. And these trees like can't be cut down. Cities are destroyed around them. And they remain, and wood from this tree is extremely expensive. And he bought wood with this from this tree specifically with the intent of making one of the world's most powerful or durable ships.
You said it was the jewel.
I mean, that's what they call it in Viz.
I
think it's like something completely Adam.
Yeah, it says the jewel tree Adam.
The jewel tree.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, obviously, but I think it is called like the Adam tree.
That's the thing with Viz, dude. I mean, who knows?
Who knows?
Dude, they disgust me. I'm sorry if like there's one dude doing all like the guy needs to like focus his Japanese or something. Like he needs to do something.
Well, someone said too that it gets better, but like It gets better.
No, it doesn't. He's still saying Zolo.
Dude, that's something I can't.
Yeah,
no, nothing gets better. Nothing in One Piece ever.
up.
It doesn't get better. Okay, it does not get better like that. Okay, the anime doesn't get better as it goes on. Okay? It just gets animated better. It just gets prettier. Okay,
which is crazy.
The direction gets worse.
That they got hacked or whatever recently. That the anime is going on hiatus.
Yeah, the whole fucking studio needs a break. Okay,
dude. But there's so many people who are like, yeah. I mean, us manga readers, like, we're chilling, dude. Like, we're fine.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's like. Yeah, I'm not.
You can't.
No comment. But yeah, he tells them that he wants to build a ship for them, and he wants them to sail on this ship that he builds. This is when like the Navy arrives, and we finally like officially meet Vice Admiral Garp, which just got an official. Oh, Nolan dropped his microphone.
That's scary.
I think maybe Nolan's balls had something to say, dude, because the microphone was falling into his lap.
You really just
was a reach.
That was a
that
reach.
That was a
for
Luffy
sure.
stretch.
That was
bitch.
I like it.
Kill him.
You got me.
Kill him.
You got me. But dude, I mean, Garp just officially got announced. Like his casting just got announced.
Yeah.
And we finally officially meet him. But you pointed out, Nolan, that we've already met him, just not in this, I guess, not in this directly of a way.
Yeah, but they even like name dropped him in the cover stories too. So it's like they really did introduce him in the main story at one point. And if you're watching the anime, there's like they animated the cover stories for Kobe, and he's in it, and he's a big part. He's voice acting and all that. But yeah, it's just it's a dope. It's a really cool reveal because it's something in the background. Because if you do pay attention to the cover stories, it's like, okay, Kobe's getting trained by this vice admiral. Like this guy might be someone like prominent, you know, like, and then just to find out that he is one of the most prominent in the series so far.
And that is crazy. I mean, like just having like, because you always thought of like Luffy. He's kind of like raised by Shanks. You kind of think that you're like, oh, this guy, he's like a pirate at heart.
Mentor figure.
Yeah, that was his mentor, like his father figure. But then it's like, oh, Grandpa's always been in the mix, and he's the most prominent Navy freaking officer ever. And it's just like Luffy has these ties to this man who was like trying to raise him as like a Navy officer. Him and Ace, like crazy. Yeah, and what's the falling out between him and his dad? Because they're like. Well, it's crazy.
But the falling out between like Garp and Dragon, or the falling out between Dragon and Luffy?
Dragon and Garp.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they're complete opposite of the spectrum.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, because he's a revolutionary and one's like a government man.
The revolutionary.
So,
the revolutionary.
The revolution.
The most wanted man.
Oh yeah, he is
ever in the government. It's like, oh, that's my son. Like, huh?
That's which that was funny too, that he accidentally like revealed that. Like somebody was like, well, it's first revealed that he's like Luffy's grandfather, which was already like what.
Yeah.
And then it was revealed, or he's like explaining that to Luffy, or like he's talking to Luffy about Dragon or something like that. And did Luffy not remember? Does Luffy not know his dad at all?
No,
at all, right? Like he doesn't know his dad at all.
He doesn't know, and he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he doesn't know, and he doesn't care.
And he's like, I have a dad? They're like,
he's like,
yes.
Yeah, they're like, of course you would have a dad. But he's like, okay, I never met him. Like, I don't know who the fuck he is. Like,
they even bring up like, what was it, like Logtown or whatever?
Yeah,
and
he was in there.
He's like, oh yeah, I don't really remember.
I saw the panel again, and I was like,
well, yeah, I mean, I remember too. I mean, I remember that episode even of the podcast where we were talking about like Dragon, and that's the thing, when these arcs are so long, you get a character, you feel like they're introduced in a significant way, an important way, and then it's like hundreds of chapters before you meet them again, or you find out more about them. Because I remember like Dragon, is going to be the significant character, and they're setting him up to be, someone who's going to come back in, and then I just kind of forgot about him because it was so long. So much time went by.
That's definitely on purpose. I'm not gonna lie.
And what's purposeful, I think this fool. Oh, like I don't know. This fool just like blurted out like who Luffy's dad is after all this time. Like odd.
Yeah, maybe, but they play it up to be like a silly, like
that's the thing.
Everything has like meaning in One Piece, Josh. You don't understand.
Everything.
There's reason why he blurted that out, especially now. Now, why he told him now. You didn't have to tell him at all.
I mean, you're probably right. You're probably right.
But the monkey family. I mean, Garp, from what we've seen with Garp, is a lot like Luffy.
A lot,
a lot, like,
a lot more than his like dad seems.
Well,
to
because
be.
he didn't raise, he had no part in raising him, and
well,
I think
that's
Garp
the thing,
took care of
like,
him until he was like a
it's
a
like,
kid at least.
what is it? Like they're purposely like different on purpose. Like either, but of course we don't really know Drake. He could be like silly when you meet him, but it seems like his demeanor is like, and his goal actually is like crazy, and it's probably definitely going to be a leading factor in the story at one point.
Yeah, dude, Dragon is intense.
He's intense. The world's most wanted criminal.
Yeah,
he's scary.
Luffy's dad. That's his dad.
That's his dad, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Oda dropped it in an SBS corner, like in the last episode we talked about it, and it was just so crazy to hear that we had already seen him before, to piece that together, and then when the reveal was that it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I also love that Oda doesn't do that like cheap thing of like, because I also felt like it was alluded to. Because someone else said you're so much like your grandfather, and it was Aokiji, right?
In the beginning of the whole saga.
Yeah, and
we were like, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
I think we both thought. I mean, I could for sure say that I thought like, oh, Goldie Roger. I was like, that's Goldie Roger's his grandpa, because Aokiji was also talking about Goldie Roger at that same time, and maybe that was purposeful misdirection by Oda, but it all still makes sense. Like he was talking about Garp, because it looks like Vice Admiral Garp is right under Aokiji. Like Aokiji is his like, higher ranking officer, the one he answers to. Because there was a panel or like an SBS corner or whatever where Oda kind of shows you all the fleets, like and who the rankings of each fleet, and it looks like Aokiji is it was like Aokiji, then it was Garp, then it was Jaguar D Saul,
and then
it
Vice
was like,
Admirals.
Yeah.
Garp is like he's older. So he's out of his prime. So I forget what exactly they were saying, but I think they said now that Garp was during Roger's time, right, and that he like
went toe to toe with him.
Went toe to toe with him.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that if he's able to do that with the Pirate King, then he's somebody that can go toe to toe with anybody in his prime. So, yeah. And it makes sense. He's Luffy's grandpa. His son, Garp's son, is leading the revolution. Yeah, itself against the entire world, and then his grandkid is about to be the future king of the pirates. So yeah, I think this is the first instance where you see that family lineage can play a factor in a lot of ways.
Yeah, well, I forget who says it, but they're like the monkey family has been causing havoc for like 3 generations, and I was like,
well, I mean because you got Ace and Luffy's generation, you got Jaguar's generation, and you got what's his name, Garp's generation. That's the 3 generations. And
that's true.
Like it's just like I don't know. I mean it's just. It's just crazy that this is like confirmed now.
Yeah, it is.
And I just love that, like I was saying, and I got a little derailed, but like that, like, I love that Goldie Roger isn't like Luffy's grandfather or dad, and it's not kind of like one of those stories. And that like, because that would have been an easy like kind of cop out, your great grandfather is, Goldie Roger. And it does seem like we meet a lot of more like D characters, and it is starting to seem more in line with what you had said, Mehgan, that it's more of like a name that is taken, I guess. I don't know, because Jaguar,
or like given or like earned or something. Like it really does feel like that. And I like how, like as a fandom, like, there's all these stories, like One Piece is continuing. So there's people like, we don't know either. Like, it's just fun.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You to be in this spot of the story that's like, so like not where Nolan is, like not caught up. We're just like in the middle, and then they're like, we don't even know either. So we're just gonna speculate. I'm like, that's so cool.
Well, it blew me away when Nolan told us like, I'm thousands of chapters in or whatever, and I still don't know like what Shanks's deal is. You know? And even that.
Yeah, I might as well just say it outright. Like he has a lot of scenes though, but they're still purposely making characters that you know for a while mystery on purpose. So. Yeah.
Like, how crazy is it going to be when you finally get things revealed?
Well, right now it's actually it's probably the craziest that it's at, really, in terms of like reveals. Well, yeah, because it's like it's been a while, but it's definitely popping off right now. I would say.
Real quick, I mean, I know, this might end up being a little bit of a shorter episode, so I think we might have a little time to spare. But just really quickly, I mean, obviously I talked about or gave my initial gut reaction to like the casting decisions, but now that you've like met Garp and obviously Nolan, you've read the story, like what do you guys think about the new cast that was revealed?
I mean, I think someone in our Discord shared like an acting reel of like all the actors and like things that they've been in before. Like Buggy's actor was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I guess. And, everyone else like Alvida and, all the other.
Arlong was in Ozark.
Arlong, yeah. And it just like made me, I love seeing that too, because you just see a face and people are, okay, this is what makes me upset too. Like the thing with Sanji or like Nami, they're like, yeah, they're good, but they don't have like blonde hair or like a goatee. And I'm like, do you not realize like this happens after
No, they don't think of that shit.
Like
Nobody
Arlong
thinks of
looks
this shit
nothing like Arlong. I'm like, what are you? He's a fish man. Like he doesn't have makeup on yet. Like all these characters are just not in character yet. This is just them as actors. Like just wait. Like I feel like it has the potential to at least maybe hopefully be good, but at least be like, wow, that's pretty cool seeing this like
if at that.
If at that, like that's all I could enjoy it for. I'd be like, that's fine.
Yeah. if that's how bad it is.
They don't ruin it. I mean, but I don't know. My expectations. Yeah. Like
you liked it too, Nolan, like Garp and Buggy and
I didn't have an issue with any of them. I mean, like I like that they're not prominent actors like that.
Yes,
that they have time to shine, and
they
they probably bring something new to the table. And I like Arlong's act. He's probably physically will be pretty intimidating. Can't wait to see him.
Kobe
with a nose,
cute ass Kobe.
Yeah, cute ass Kobe, cute ass Kobe,
cute ass Kobe.
Dude, Kobe. Okay, I'm gonna go myself out. Okay. So I saw Kobe.
Oh yeah.
I saw a picture of Kobe because I was looking at Kobe a long time ago.
Oh, like he's like new.
His new form.
His new form.
Hey, Kobe.
And I remember seeing the cover, and I was like, "Oh shoot, it's Kobe."
It's Kobe.
And Josh goes, "Who?" I say Kobe, and he goes,
"Well,
wait, Kobe."
It happened.
Kobe. Yeah, he's like, wait.
It happened because she had
Mamba, Black Mamba,
Black Mamba,
Mamba mentality.
R.I.P. Mamba mentality.
Kobe, even this Kobe does have the Mamba mentality though, for sure. But it was crazy.
Yes, sir, he does. He learned shave.
That blew me away. But dude,
like
he's
Kobe,
be a powerful fucking.
So that
person.
tells you what Garp's about.
She had already seen it. And then so I like to look up the volume, like especially when we're making the post. Like I like to look up the volume covers. And so, like, the volume cover for this Post Enies Lobby has, like, Ace on
everybody
it, has Whitebeard on it.
It's probably one of the best covers.
Dude, it's so sick.
It's
and then there was two characters who now I know to be Helmeppo and Kobe.
They look different.
And I was like, I know who. I was like, look, this next volume's about to pop off. Look at all these characters on the cover. And I was like, I just don't know who these two guys are. And she's like, oh, that's Kobe. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, it's Kobe. And I was like, you doubled down. And I was like, what? And then it kind of like I saw it hit you like, oh no. And then you made me promise not to tell anybody. But I'm glad you outed yourself.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't not be honest. But it was Kobe. I didn't know about Helmeppo. I didn't know about him. He looks crazy.
Yeah, he does.
He's like RoboCop.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks so sick.
Looks completely different. I like their character designs got way better.
Way better. They're
cooled out. Yeah. They can actually do things in the story now. Let's go.
And what's the age difference between Luffy and
Kobe? I think it's like 1 year, 2 at max.
Luffy
probably
doesn't look
I think it's 1 year.
Different at all.
It's 1 year actually. No, Kobe. Garp was like, hey, you're gonna train and you're gonna gain like 2 feet.
Yeah.
Not even 2 feet. He like 5 feet.
5 feet.
Yeah.
And he lost all his like baby weight or whatever. I mean, he looks like a completely different.
He looked like a toddler when he met Luffy.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, how did this
He's like a kid. No, he's basically the same age, but with a new mentality.
Yep.
That's what the show's about. You got to change your mentality. Ooh, yep. Look where Kobe's at right now. Look what Kobe's doing right now.
That's right. Get a gym membership.
Yes. And all those short guys out there, all those short men, short kings out there, you know what the fuck to do. You got to go work out. You will gain 6 inches.
Hell yeah, dude. Learn shave. Learn
shave.
Learn the 6 powers. Master the 6 powers.
Master the 6 powers.
Seduction. Confidence. I'm trying to list the 6 powers. I'm starting a book. I'm going to write a book on the 6 powers.
A different type of podcast. We need help with the ladies out here with the podcast. We did alpha male podcast.
God.
Another alpha male
podcast.
Another one.
Which is just, guys talking about like, what women like and how to get women.
Yeah. Yes. No, not even how to get women. It's just
how to
what women do wrong.
What women do wrong and how to
what women do wrong and how we can fix them.
Yeah.
that is the podcast.
Literally it.
But yeah, dude. So obviously Kobe and Helmeppo show. We've been kind of talking about. I don't like the way we talk about it too. We're just kind of like going.
They're cool, man. Emotions. It was another crazy character reintroduction. They look completely different.
And it was
mentality.
Nice. Cool. It was just nice.
Yeah.
Like seeing
it's
like
cool,
how
man.
Luffy and Kobe like they're so like close, but they haven't seen each other in so long.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just so.
And Zoro too. He's like Zoro's the only one that kind of knows about.
That new
either.
Yeah. And even like we get cool moments too with like the crew, like Nami and Robin. Like Robin's like, oh shit, he's affiliated
with Shanks.
Oh, when they're
with
all
Shanks.
explaining, when Garp busts in, and he just smacks him, and then he's like, Garp punches him, and then he's like, ow, why did that hurt me?
Yeah.
Because he's
that's cool.
But she's like, red hair Shanks. She's like, dang, he's affiliated with him. And I was like, yeah, he's fucking everyone knows who this fool is.
And then everyone knew who Dragon was except for Luffy.
Yeah, that was crazy too.
Even like literally everybody. And like some people weren't saying anything when talking about no, everyone knew exactly who Dragon was. Yeah, completely.
And they were all freaking out.
Yeah.
And even the Navy, soldiers were like, Garp is Dragon's dad and Straw Hat Luffy's grandpa.
Yeah, they were
like,
disgusting.
What?
I probably shouldn't have said that. Can't he like just get like arrested for like?
Well, that's the thing. It seems like he's old. Okay, he's been the way that he seems like he's similar to Luffy, so he's probably done all sorts of dumb shit. But apparently, the government they don't care. I mean, he went toe to toe with Ra. I think he might have some status.
Well, he might have some status, and they're like, this guy is one of the strongest guys that we have.
I mean, he's probably the Marine with the most history we've met.
So they're probably like, I want to keep him. I mean, we're not going to get on this guy's bad side. He's on our side right now.
Because he could say some crazy shit. That's what he said.
He could slay some dragons.
He could slay.
Oh, maybe he has to kill his son, Dragon.
Oh, don't say that. Why would you say that? Sad.
I mean, that would be a good story.
Yeah.
Good stories are sad.
Garp would technically have to go after Dragon.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but
then he has to technically go after Luffy too.
That's what we see. Yeah. And he's like, I'll just tell him you're my grandson. I'm like, did you just say that was your son, or you haven't mentioned that to anyone at all? Like, do they just know now? Like, that's the thing. Like, he's told Luffy that this is his dad for a reason. He didn't just slip this shit out. Like,
Well, yeah, because he said that he met him at Logtown. He knew that he knew that he met him at Logtown. That's why.
So he's like, "Oh, you knew that was your dad?" I was like, "How would Luffy know?"
No, he was saying that like. Was like, did you know? Oh yeah, because he was like,
he's like,
did you see him at Logtown? He's like, how the fuck? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I see a lot of people, Grandpa. Like,
okay, yeah, right. He's like, I don't fucking. You never even mentioned this man in my life.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
he doesn't give a weird. Fuck. No, they don't. Like it'll go on. You'd be like, it's just hilarious how much they don't like. Like it's a theme. It's a consistent theme, and like not telling somebody something. Like Luffy, like he didn't tell anybody in his crew that he's a grandpa. He doesn't. They don't care about
a brother.
They don't care about normal shit. Like they don't care about that shit. They really don't.
That's true too. Yeah, he didn't
and a brother. They don't give a fuck about any of that. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
But after all of this, like, I mean, this was like reveal after reveal after reveal. Mm-hmm. Then like Kobe and Luffy kind of go off with Helmeppo too to talk and catch up. And Kobe starts like letting him in on some like Marine or Navy secrets. Info.
That was sick. Nami's freaking wiretapping that shit.
You're like, damn.
I was like, damn, Nami's smart as hell. Like she's trying to get the secrets. And he's just giving him away like nothing. He's like, oh yeah, we can actually, cross the fucking calm belt, no problem with the Navy ships. I'm like, that's us.
That's crazy.
Well, they got sea prism stones. They got sea prism stones attached to the hulls of the ship, which is why
I need some of that.
And again, Viz calls them Neptunians, but what do they call them in
Sea Kings?
What is it? Literally everybody else calls them
Sea Kings. Yeah, we don't call. I don't never seen anyone call them Neptunian.
That's what they call them in Viz.
Dude,
Neptunians.
What the hell is going on at that place?
Yeah, we have a one YouTube member. Love you so much. Your comments are great. He's pretty upset with you, Nolan. He says you're being disrespectful to Viz.
Bro, I don't give a fuck about Fizz. Fuck Fizz. What the hell's wrong with them? What is wrong? They can't get it together after 20 fucking years. Are you serious?
That's true.
Give me a fucking break. This is why the world is where we're at, because we don't complain about the right shit. That's why.
That's a good point. We need to make a big stink about it so that they
Make a fucking stinky.
You know who else makes a stink about things to make change? Dragon, Luffy.
Oh. See what happens? They speak their fucking mind.
They broaden their horizons. It's just crazy because, like, of course the Navy is able to have these fucking tools and have this shit. Like, it just allows them to, like, go to just to have complete control.
Well, yeah, I mean, it makes sense that they would harness these sea prism stones to do that. Like, it emits the same energy of the ocean. So, you know, these like sea kings, they don't bother to mess with the ships like that. They also mentioned they name drop the scientist, Dr. Vegapunk, who is the scientist that is in charge of
leading scientists
who even came up with a method of feeding devil fruits to inanimate objects and like figured out how to like take
He's crazy.
or use their power. We haven't like obviously met him, but they name drop him, and I only imagine that we're gonna get to see way more of him. And I can't even imagine what else he's got up his sleeve. This guy feeding devil fruits to inanimate objects. Like what else is he gonna do? This guy's a madman.
Anything's possible. And then they tell you straight from the beginning of the series that you're gonna see things that, like you said, putting devil fruit into certain objects.
Yeah,
it's just basically taking the ability of that devil fruit, and now it's like I don't know. I like the concept of devil fruits because technically anybody could get that ability. You just need to find the fruit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it brings that interesting dynamic to the story itself also, because you don't know how a devil fruit could, or how important a devil fruit can be in the story. Yeah.
And the thing I like too is that like you can't feed a ship a devil fruit.
Maybe you can.
No, they freaking sink.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Does the swim thing apply to inanimate objects?
No, yeah, you're probably no. It would have to. Yeah, you're right. That's
unless they got the swim sim fruit.
That has to be a fruit.
That'd be crazy.
That has to be the strongest devil fruit ever. Yeah. A devil fruit that gives you no powers, but it doesn't, like, you can't sink. So I mean,
that's overpowered.
Yeah. On the ocean.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's overpowered system right there. He didn't even write this shit, and he's like, what the?
He's like,
how do you do it?
Come up with that.
They also mentioned, like, once they say have their goodbye and stuff, they also, which was like nice and it was heartfelt, and I liked that even Zoro gave Luffy and Kobe their space and their time to kind of catch up. He's like,
oh yeah,
I really like that a lot because you know Kobe's pretty much saying like I'm gonna come after you,
be your enemy,
be your enemy, and Luffy's like okay, bye. Him and Chopper like bye, and it was just like even Zoro's like damn, like you're gonna have a freaking powerful ass enemy. Was it Zoro or is it
Well, Kobe's inner monologue at a certain point too was like, man, dude, because he was talking about how hard it was for him to train and to get to this point, and Luffy and Zoro were talking about how they're gonna get stronger, and so he better catch up. And he's like, man, just being around them is like so intense. Like being around people who are chasing their dream this hard is like intense. And he I loved that moment of inner monologue for him because it really shows like how much work he's gonna have to do if he wants to keep up, and how it's not. Maybe Zoro and Luffy have that same sort of monologue. I doubt it, but it just shows for someone like Kobe, he's like, I'm struggling to keep up, dude. Like, this is not easy. And I imagine like, Usopp's kind of in that camp too, where he's like, I'm doing my best to keep up. And your best is great, Usopp. We love you.
Oh yeah, we forgot to, oh no, that's not yet. But yeah, then we get like another name drop, like the New World.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll meet you in the New World, player. And I was like,
that's the name of the second half of the Grand Line.
Which is where
That's where the Yonko reside and have the power. So
it's just like it's
interesting.
Crazy. That's what I mean about the story feeling like it's a different story after this point, because they're transitioning from one side of the Grand Line to the other side of the Grand Line. So
like on the globe of the One Piece world. So you know how like the globe, and then there's the red line that just like circles the whole thing, pretty much cuts off both hemispheres.
Like that's like the equator.
Yeah. Well,
it's equal to the.
It's
whatever goes vertical and then horizontal. The Grand Line
axis.
The axis. Yeah. So the Grand Line goes around. So now they're approaching like the second half, which means they're gonna approach the end of this first half. So they talked about Fishman Island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They talked about Fishman Island. They talked about the Florian Triangle, which is so you know where that's gonna go definitely, and it's just cool to see like you can physically see where Luffy and the crew went on like on a map, like you know, like you can, it's just like a singular journey, and it just, the more and more they progress, the more they know, like the more they find out about the world, and the more they realize like just it's just cool how like them traveling the world comes with like everything that would if you were traveling the world, like the knowledge, and like and it's just a cool concept.
I would love to get like
idea of progression,
a big map of like the
it's
grand
crazy
line
you
of
can
the world of One Piece.
You literally can trace out like where they've been on a world map. Like there is a map like that online that I've seen a couple times, and
that's sick.
They come from East Blue and then they go to the reverse mountain and they map out like the entire journey up until now.
That's so sick. That's after you know, they talk about the new world and all these things. They had their big barbecue.
New world is crazy.
The barbecue was cool, but the barbecue was popping off, dude.
It was.
But the most important thing that happens during this like barbecue is that Aokiji meets up with Robin again and talks to Robin again.
And I was like, oh. I just see her face. She's like this. He's like, don't move. And I was like, why can't she just like live
for a second?
And then I was
stress
like,
constantly.
Oh, this is like her dad, huh?
I mean, kinda.
Like a
he's
like a distant father.
Well, he's like, yeah, is he like
a cool uncle?
A cool uncle. A cool uncle because of his devil fruit ability. Yeah.
He's like a Yule elf.
Excuse you,
uncle. I'd like to.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't say it.
An ulf?
An ulf. He's an ulf.
Elf.
An elf?
I'd like to. I mean, that's
you're
bringing
sick.
You're bringing like family stuff into
it. Okay, not related. It's like, okay, you have DILF and MILF. Like, you don't have to be there. They don't actually have to be related to them. It's just what you say.
Yeah, it's funny how mom and dad, they're like DILFs and MILFs exist, but we can't say ulf.
Yeah, ulf. Why not?
Yeah. Ulf sounds way worse. No, we can't do
ulf.
Yeah,
it's like you're throwing up. It's like, yeah.
But, dude, I mean, come on. Now that I know it, for sure.
But yeah, he's cool.
No, I mean, but Mehgan, I also, you know, I agree.
Yeah, you get it. He's like, he's literally chill. Like,
yeah, the definition.
Chill fruit.
Yeah.
Is it a chill fruit? Ice fruit?
I think it might be chill.
Chill. He's like, he's so nice, and he's just kind of like laying it all out. Like, you know, I kind of been watching you and waiting for you to make this move and like find your people, and I was like, what a nice guy.
Yeah, and he really does say again what he already said, but like in a more, I don't know, in a more like fatherly or mentor-y way. And he said that, like, you know, I'm just like, Jaguar Esau meant so much to me. I'm picking up where he left off, kind of like taking care of you. You're my responsibility. I was gonna end you. Like, I thought at Enies Lobby,
I was gonna end you.
It was up for you.
Yeah. He's like, I had already.
It was so up.
He's like, when you went to Enies Lobby, I thought you had a death wish. I wrote you off and thought that was going to be the end of the O'Haras.
Yeah, I know.
And he's like, but now, you know, you found a way or a reason to live. And he said something along the lines of like, are you going to prove to Jaguar and me like that he was with you through your life, that it was worth saving you or something like that? And she's like, yeah, I'm working on it. Like, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
It was just
he's
really
like,
cool.
O'Hara lives on.
And he did say that. He did say O'Hara means family too.
As he walked away, and Robin's like, that was cool. And Luffy's like, look, Robin, look how much I can fit in my mouth. She's like, cool.
And then Chopper's like, hey, look at
Yeah. They're so funny.
They're partying. They party so fucking hard.
They really do.
Dude,
every arc, bro, it literally does not fail. They gotta celebrate sometimes.
And it's so funny. Like, they're like kind of like talking on the ship too, and like out of nowhere, Sniper King is like, yeah, and they're like, when did you get here? So I was like, when did you come in here?
I knew
like
it was
Sniper
coming,
King.
dude. I mean, Oda kept like holding off, like Usopp officially coming back. And so I was like waiting. And it was kind of awesome when it happened. But this is when we like shift to two other characters, and it becomes crazy, dude. This is when Shanks and Whitebeard.
That's right. I forgot about the meeting too.
And everyone in the government's like, this is the worst thing that could possibly happen.
Well, they've been trying to prevent this from
happening. Yeah.
At all costs.
It really is the worst thing that could happen.
But they also mention, and this is the first time I think we've heard of this, because we also learned about the 6 powers, right? And now Whitebeard and Shanks were talking about something called hockey.
Oh, hockey. Yeah.
Because he got that power to make people sleep.
Well, I think what it is like his haki, his power. It's something that's got a valve, right? And he can radiate it, kind of like Ichigo's spirit energy.
Spirit
keeps,
pressure,
spirit pressure keeps just
dude.
shooting out of him. And if you're not a strong enough person, and if your willpower is not strong, then it's so intense that it makes you pass out.
Yeah,
he's so strong. His energy is so intense that if you're not strong, you'll pass out. Yeah,
4 emperors, bro.
Yeah, that's why Whitebeard's like, I'm chilling.
Which is why, for me, it finally makes sense why sometimes when I talk, people pass out. Because I grew up my whole life.
You looked at him and was like, what do you mean? I'm like, wait.
I grew up my whole life thinking that
crazy.
maybe it's because I was maybe I was boring or something like that. But I just got strong hockey, dude.
Your hockey is fucking leaking.
Yeah, hockey, more like hacky.
Oh,
that was good.
It was.
But I know this is going to come in. Now you got, it seems like the Navy has the 6 powers and the pirates or the emperors have hockey.
Some hockey.
So let's freaking go, dude.
Weird.
And then they dropped the bomb that Shanks and Buggy. We got a flashback of Buggy eating the
love
devil
that.
fruit. Yes.
Love that.
And I love one of the figures that we have over here. I don't think you can really see it on camera right now, but it's Kid Shanks, and there's a Kid Buggy one that I want so bad. But you get to see that they were actually apprentices on Gold D. Rogers' ship, which I don't think was confirmed.
No, it wasn't.
In the first flashback we saw.
No, it wasn't.
And they were really close.
Yeah.
Like best friends.
Yeah.
He was just
They're
like, come
crewmates.
with me. And he's like, no, I don't want to go under you. And I was like, I guess, oh, Jesus.
It does make me because Buggy was one of the first people that Luffy encountered. And he was able to, that's when Luffy wasn't anywhere near as strong as he is.
Yeah, that was his first pirate captain he fought.
Yeah. And he was able to.
Alvita, never mind.
Yeah.
Alvita.
He was not easily, but I guess kind of easily, he was able to deal with Buggy. And Buggy was an apprentice.
Buggy's weak as shit.
That's what I mean. He was an apprentice on Goldie Rogers' ship.
No, he took all the wrong lessons. All the wrong lessons from.
Yeah, look
that
at
experience.
Buggy versus Shanks.
That's what I'm
Shanks
saying. They were in the
Top
same.
powerful people.
Yeah, they were on the same level. And now, Shanks is an emperor, and Buggy can't even beat freaking Luffy.
Buggy's kissing Alvita's feet somewhere,
Yeah, yeah.
Or did that relationship end? I think she might have ditched him.
But I was saying that.
It's literally been a minute, and it's in some of the cover pages. I just don't. There's so many. I have to look back.
Yeah.
Shanks asks Whitebeard. He goes there with a proposition or a request, I guess, and he tells him I just want you. The one thing I'm asking you, I don't want to fight. I just want you to pull Ace off of Blackbeard. Because you're kind of figuring it out as they're having their conversation, but you basically find out that Blackbeard was a part of Whitebeard's crew, right? And then he ended up killing some of his crewmates, which we find out towards the end of this Post Enies Lobby arc that it was because this guy found the devil fruit that Blackbeard wanted, so he killed him to take it. And then it seems like he killed a bunch of the crew after that.
I think he just killed one, and then he left immediately because he was like, the whole crew was gonna fuck me up.
Oh, you're gonna die. It's against the rules.
So he pretty much left he killed him, and he pretty much left immediately. And then that's where that's crazy. The start of, because you go to Drum Island, right, and you find out Blackbeard and Luffy and Blackbeard's journeys are just running parallel right now.
Yeah, it's crazy too because like you said, that's the one crime that pirates will not forgive. So it's crazy that. Whitebeard's rule on his ship. I guess, yeah. And but I think Luffy wouldn't stand for that shit either.
But we've met evil pirates that don't give a
fuck.
true.
That's true. But I just
of course Luffy wouldn't stand for that shit. He goes psycho.
Yeah, he goes psycho. But do you think I don't know if we know 100% yet why maybe
why he asked him to pull out?
Yeah, because he doesn't want that conflict to happen right now.
So I to an extent it is a mystery right now, but from what he said, I think he just literally, Shanks, because he said that Blackbeard gave Shanks his scar before he even had his devil fruit, and Shanks was even saying, I didn't have my guard down. I was fighting him. I think you know what I'm implying. I think that he also said he was hiding under your banner in the shadows, just using you to get fame or what? Not fame. Power,
and that he's not going to stop
and trying to find the fruit, and he's not going to stop. So I think he's saying that Blackbeard is someone closer to the caliber of an emperor than somebody under an emperor. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Because
you know
he fought Shanks as
you're right,
and they're the same age.
Because there was a line of dialogue that Shanks said where he's like, "I get it." He's like, "I get why you would send Ace.
He's strong.
He's like, Ace is strong and could probably be, you know, one of the whatever seats, you know, whatever they call them,
a warlord seat,
like you know,
what?
You know how because we met some of Whitebeard's crew too, and they're like under, like directly under him.
like division captains, like division. Or commanders, whatever.
I think
like they're part of division. Yeah, because Ace is part of the second. He's the leader of the second division, which is technically what Blackbeard was a part of.
Gotcha.
So he felt responsible.
But I think you're right that he's saying that like take Ace, get Ace out of there because Ace is not going to be able to do it.
Yeah,
like, this guy's too strong.
I think that's what they're implying. You know, it's just like all this history with Blackbeard and all this like build up with Blackbeard. It clearly went up to their fight. Yeah, it's just cool seeing like the mystery and the hype right now starting around Blackbeard.
Yeah.
So they're really starting to talk about him now.
And there was a cool line too about like when Shanks even got there and they were talking about how he lost his arm and he's like, yeah, who did that? Who could have possibly done that to you, Shanks? Like who'd you give that arm to? And he said like, oh, I gave it to like the new age, or I gave it to like the new era. I gave it to the future or something. But that was a really cool line too.
Yeah.
After that, you know, Shanks and Whitebeard kind of have a little bit of a conflict because he's like, how could you dare ask me to do that?
Yeah, it was like, I was already after him anyways. Like, he killed literally somebody he considers his son because he says, like, this is my son.
He looks scary. He was like...
Whitebeard, yeah.
He's like, this fool's gotta go.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, and they mentioned, too, like, Shanks and Mihawk fought a lot, and it made the headlines and stuff. Like, so that's also Zoro's goal, you know. So,
yeah, freaking Mihawk.
Yeah.
Mihawk is crazy, dude.
So there's a lot of people that they're talking about in these chapters.
Crazy.
You know? It's crazy.
The crossover, that's what I'm saying. Like the world, like everything felt so separate and everyone felt so separate all this time. And it's not separate. Everything is connected. Everyone is connected in some way. Yeah.
Roger's ship. And they don't drop that. You know, they do talk about that more.
Yeah.
I want Buggy to come back.
You love your upset.
He has some explaining to do.
He has a lot of explaining to do, and I think he's one of my favorite characters, dude. I'll say it. I don't know what it is about Buggy.
I like clowns.
He's a popular character.
I like Buggy. I like clowns in anime. Outside of anime, Ronald McDonald, nasty.
This is the only
he's a weird
clown I can think of.
Yeah, right off the bat. But then they're so powerful when they strike each other, it like splits the literal. Like he split the clouds, and he's like, no, they split the heavens, and they look up, and it was like, I mean, I don't even know how you do that. I don't even know how that's possible.
I don't know.
And then it cuts back to Iceberg and Galila helping Frankie building this ship, and Sanji sees Usopp on the beach practicing all these he has lines of over 43 patterns of dialogue that can lead him to the perfect line to help him get back on the ship.
All of the lines are inciting him.
Oh yeah,
they're the ones telling him to come back.
Yeah.
It's not like there's no response. Literally, he's like, "You're so hopeless without me. You guys, I'll come back." And it's just his faces are so funny.
Yeah, one of them is like,
what?
Chopper, the weather's pretty weather's been pretty hot out lately, right? And then Chopper would be like, yeah, Usopp, come back.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right.
Okay.
He's like, all right, that's number 43 pattern of dialogue.
And there's I was like, what the
what is he
watching
doing?
him on the beach, okay.
Yeah. No, I think it was Sanji who was watching him, and he was like, I'm gonna go tell everybody about this right now.
And I really liked that dialogue. I don't know if it's here or maybe it's a little later.
With
Zoro, yeah.
I didn't expect that to happen at all.
Yeah, me either.
I didn't expect.
Actually, he kind of was the one who was pushing Luffy to
Zoro
fight him and be
Zoro saying something.
Yeah.
Zoro was like, he's not coming back on the ship if he doesn't start. I was like, damn. Zoro really respects the fuck out of Luffy, and I don't think they respect his power, but not necessarily him.
Yeah, because they were saying that Zoro was saying okay, we're a pirate group though.
Yeah.
This is we're an organization.
Yeah.
It's they're trying to highlight the point that they're their own group, faction, and they have to treat it a hierarchy. There really is one. They can't
all be
in
equal.
previous ones, they're just adventuring, they're doing their thing. But that now, and it's funny how they established themselves as a pirate crew. Luffy established themselves as a pirate captain. I think now after Enies Lobby, they're more complete as a crew overall,
for sure,
more than ever,
for sure.
And it's cool to see that on when you're also seeing that there's 4 other crews out there, the Yonko, that are there's only 4 crews, but they make up the other half of power in the world.
That's great.
Yeah.
So it's like they're trying to get to that like status to be a pirate king, and like they have to obviously reach Whitebeard's, Shanks's level. So, but that you get to that level you do have to take yourself a little seriously.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's also like Zoro. It's cool that Zoro was the one doing that because especially when we seen the Luffy versus Usopp fight, when he's like, "Oh, this is really hard." He's like, "I know, but
yeah,
you have to carry that."
Well, that's what I was gonna say during that conversation that we had.
Vice captain.
Yeah, you were talking about him as a vice captain, and you're right. Like when they're being more recognized by the world government, other pirate crews, powerful pirate crews, like they got to start acting like they have to like start being legit.
Yeah,
and you mentioned that during that fight, how he was like had to own up to or like be a vice captain and like stick to his guns about like certain things. And here he is again. This felt like him being more of a vice captain than the last time because like he's like 100%. This guy's not coming back on the ship.
Yeah, it's mutiny.
It's mutiny.
He wanted to take over the ship.
Yeah, he's like literally like, how can we trust him again?
Yeah,
but like Luffy, I feel like would have let him.
Yep.
Chopper would have like
everyone
loved
was
that.
like, Nami was like, okay, cool. Where is he at?
And that's why Zoro's like got the hard job. Like no one wants to be that guy, but in order to be respected and to like keep rank, you have to like put your foot down.
Organization, reputation. I mean, these are things that they don't really talk about it that much, but when subjects like that are brought up, they do talk about it. Zoro being that person is definitely the person that Luffy needs, and it's cool to have somebody like that on the crew, and just speaks to how Luffy, his words that "I'm nothing without my crew," just again and again and again, just theme after theme. Like, he would have let Usopp on. I'm sure it would have been okay, but that maybe in the future it wouldn't have been letting somebody back on. You know? And it's cool to have Zoro be that person, put his foot down, because he's also somebody who has a great ambition and strength, but he has that logical thinking, and that I think they are just recognizing their place in the world too. Yeah, they're all
kind of falling into their
the
spots.
world and in their crews.
I mean, I would argue like Zoro and Luffy are the ones who are most like driven by their dream. Like, everyone else is kind of like, they want to do stuff, but Zoro and Luffy, like they have that like
intensity,
laser focus. Like Zoro's like, I'm gonna be the strongest. I'm never gonna be beaten again. Like it's just crazy. Like both of them have that type of, but they're just so different.
Yeah, 100%. This is also around the time too where Kokoro drops the little information about Fishman Island, telling them that the log poses. Nami realizes that it's like ready to go. The next island is Fishman Island, that they have to go through the Florian Triangle. Cool. She mentions, that there are ghost ships, that there are missing ships that are called like floating treasure because they're, piloted or manned by skeleton ghost pirates.
I love that little. I guess it's a spoiler. I don't know.
Not really.
I thought it was cute. Like, obviously, they're like, oh, like ghost ships. Chopper's like, I don't want any of that. And now he's like, me either. And they're like, oh, it has treasure. And she's like, let's go.
Right.
And then Luffy's like, oh, I get to meet like a living skeleton.
Or like a
and that was just
skeleton.
like a straight up like line. And I was like,
wow.
Well, remember a long time ago, I forgot when it was, but they said it earlier, or Luffy said something about that earlier, or like alluded to like. I feel like Oda's been really like planting these like seeds of Brook for like a long time. And I can't wait to get to this like crew member. And I know we get to meet them in Thriller Bark, and I'm so excited just based on the manga cover.
I mean, the manga cover is like,
it's so
I
crazy.
mean, it looks like it's going to be my favorite.
It looks sick. And
it low-key might be your favorite, Mehgan, because it's like, it's just different.
Yeah.
It just
it's
looks
different,
so
but
much fun.
It isn't, but it's just funny.
And it looks spooky.
You kind of compared
It's
it a little
good.
bit to like Scooby-Doo a little bit.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my God.
But you know what's crazy is if you're
good.
wondering about like
It's fucking
cosplay
good.
and if you're wondering about like, you know, what that next cosplay might be, Mehgan already has
I'm gonna
one
do
planned.
a Thriller Bar cosplay for sure.
She's got one planned. I'm curious to see who Nolan chooses, but
I'm gonna do a Thriller Bar cosplay.
she's got one planned and it's going to be sick.
That's
Yeah, I
sick.
got to get on that.
Yeah. Yikes.
Chill.
Yikes.
But so there's some you know foreshadowing there a little bit. Luffy dropped some foreshadowing, or Oda dropped some foreshadowing.
Yeah,
And,
they set up like a bunch of different arcs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This stuff. Damn.
we get to see everybody's new bounties, which is funny because Luffy has
Yeah.
300 million, Zoro's 120, 120
Tripled.
million, Robin's 80, Nami's 16, Sniper King or Soge King Usopp is 30 mil, Chopper's 50.
Like not
Berries.
even mil.
Yeah.
It's just 50.
50.
They did him so dirty, bro.
But they did Sanji
And he turned
the
into a
dirtiest,
monster.
bro.
Oh, they did do Sanji. Yeah.
Sanji's
That's
just
a great picture.
drawing.
Yeah.
And I love
great-
The reveal.
there's like a couple, like one page where the guy's like showing the guy all the pictures that he took, and he's like, what about this guy, the they call him like Blackleg, you know, what about him? And he's like, it just came out, the picture came out black, completely dark. He's like, you forgot to take the lens cap off, right? And he's like, yeah. and they just, that's why they have to draw, draw Sanji's picture.
Mm.
I
It's
was
just
thinking
so
too,
funny.
like I was like, I mean, maybe I'm just reading into things like way too much. I was like, what if Sanji can't be captured on camera?
He moves so fast.
that he moved. Ooh.
Yeah, or he's a part of this place that you can't. So stupid.
Well,
You're really like,
you're
like,
getting
oh
it.
my god.
I'm literally, it's like,
You're like,
it's
wait.
rotting away my brain. I'm like, everything, like,
Everything's
like,
connected.
No, I was like, okay, that was intentional. Like, it wouldn't just be the cap. Like, really, like they wouldn't make
Yeah.
such a big deal out of it. So stupid. I was like, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
You're starting
I
to
feel
get
that.
it.
I was trying to
Okay.
get it. I was trying to put it all together. But yeah, really funny. And just like the way he is like upset about it. He's like, everyone's gonna look at this picture and think I'm a joke. Like all the women of the world.
Yeah.
And Nami's like, I look good in my shoes.
Yeah, Nami
Yeah.
like, mom, dude. Nami like,
Yeah.
mom.
She was like, "Oh my god, what the heck?" It was like,
Yeah.
I thought he was just taking a picture for the
Yeah.
magazine. It was literally her at the pool and shit, like wiretapping, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll do."
Yeah.
But no,
Freaking,
it's for a bounty.
Robin finally
funny.
got an updated one too. No more little
Finally.
girl, little
Yeah, she
kid
did.
Robin.
Because they're able to find her. They're able to
Yeah.
snap a shot finally.
Finally.
Yeah.
It was her like crying face. She's like,
She's like, "Ah!"
he can die.
After that, the Straw Hats meet their new ship finally, but Frankie's not there, which was crazy. I thought Frankie
I
was going to be the one to want
know.
to reveal it to them.
I know, and do the like super
Yeah.
dance and shit. No, he wasn't there. They're like, oh, he's hiding. Yeah,
He's a
Just like,
depressive, yeah.
But
He's-
the ship
he's
is
hiding from them.
massive, dude.
love it.
Yeah.
The ship is sick.
Love it. They're like, it got a
1,000.
lawn. Like, how cute.
Thousand Sunny is
Yeah,
is
Thousand
great.
Sunny.
Thousand
It-
Sunny is the ship.
It's such a cool ship. It has like a Going Merry kind of vibe to it, but it's just bigger, better.
It's a lion.
Like, yeah, it's a
It's a
lion.
lion.
Like, it's
Thousand
just such
Sunny.
a cool ship.
Yeah,
man.
I love. They're like, what should we name it? And all their names are like trash, like
Yeah, of course.
garbage.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny.
And Iceberg was the one who named it. And
Yeah.
that was a cool way to, kind of misdirect you. Frankie ends up telling them what Iceberg's dumb name for the ship was, which was the Thousand Sunny, and then they all love it. And he's like, "Wait, no, that's Iceberg's dumb name." Like,
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm calling it.
boo.
Yeah, I'm calling it the
Why
Battleship
are you-
Frankie Lion Mode or whatever. And they're like,
why
no.
are you booing?
Yeah.
Stupid.
And he's obviously they're not there because he doesn't. If they look him in the eye and ask him to join, he's gonna want to join.
Yeah.
And he can't leave the island. So the Frankie family, like, they asked the Straw Hats to like take him.
No, because he has a bounty too now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's worth like 34 or
44
something.
at this
44?
point, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
44. Decent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good. And they're like, yeah, he's not gonna be safe here. You got to take him. The Frankie family's telling the Straw Hats that, and they're like, yeah, of course, like we want to take him. And,
Yeah, Luffy's like, I was literally gonna ask him anyway.
yeah.
I was going to take him.
I was
No,
gonna
I
take
was
him
literally gonna
regardless of
grab
what
him,
you
yeah.
wanted. No.
And then they
Better shut the fuck
leave.
up, Frankie.
They leave, or Frankie leaves and goes back to the Frankie family. And they're like, "What are you doing here?" And they come up with this. The only way they can think to get him, they just say like, "We told the Straw Hats we're gonna be blunt with you. We told them to take you. So why are you here?" He's like, "I can't go." And they're like, "All right, we don't know what else to do. So we're gonna steal your underwear, and we're just gonna run to the."
Choni run.
This
Yeah, Choni
Choni
run.
run. This fool said, This is my only pair. I was like, Frankie, what the fuck? You're a 30-year-old man. You only have one pair of children.
He's a sicko. He's a pervert. He tells you time and time he's a perv.
And I think it makes sense that he would only have one pair of underwear. Dude, underwear is not cheap. Okay.
He's a Speedo. It's not even underwear. It's a fucking Speedo. It's a thong.
Yeah, Speedos, I think you can wear longer than underwear because they're made of a different material.
Not if you're wearing them as underwear.
And he's in the ocean all the time. You know what I mean?
Bro, Robin really was like, I want to feel his nuts.
I want to feel his balls
in my fucking hands. That's crazy.
Like, she could have
grabbed
No,
his,
she doesn't care. No. She wanted to grab Frankie's balls.
That's what I'm saying. It's canon.
That's crazy.
She saw that shit. She was like, let me get grabbed.
And the fan art based on that, you know what I mean? Where she's maybe doing some other things right there like that. Yeah.
You're making it seem like the fan art that I was watching was like smut. It was not. It was cute, and it was just wearing his glasses. You were like, yeah, I remember that scene when she was like, what? Don't make me out to be this freaking.
I'm saying that's the fan art. You know, I'm trying to see.
You're trying to see, and you've been looking up. But that other one.
What?
That one's really cute. Her wearing the glasses. Anyway,
I see.
It was.
Oh, that's from like a movie or something, probably.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was so crazy. Concept. It was so grab his, choke him out. You know, headlock him. She went straight for the nuts.
They're hairy.
Oh, they're hairy. You think they're steel? You think they're made of steel? Balls of steel?
Oh,
that's
what I thought.
Maybe he's got, because I think there was a line where someone said, I could have been misremembering, but someone said like, oh my God, like what even is that? Like I do imagine that he like souped up his genitals a little bit. Yeah. He put like a rocket there or something.
Yeah.
You know?
That would be fucking crazy.
He's like, I don't need no.
And out of all the reveals that we're going to get, you know, thousands of chapters, like I need to know officially
what his dick looks like. Yeah. Oh no, please before One Piece is over.
So Frankie officially joins the crew after his like heartfelt speech that we kind of talked about in the beginning. But this was so
good for him.
Amazing.
Water 7 was a cool place, man. They were cool people.
They were nice, and like Iceberg, and I love Kokoro. Like they're all Kokoro, so awesome. Like it was super emotional. Like every other one, like there's been like a send off, you know, of people that they live.
Yeah, we like that.
You know, we loved that Robin didn't really have one. She had it for herself. She did it herself. No one was there to send her off. She did it herself. But this was like, you know, he's been a big part of this town.
Yeah. And that's what he did. Like you find out through flashbacks that Iceberg says he needs to forgive himself, which hit me like a ton of bricks, dude. I don't know why. It was so heavy. And you find out that he was on Water 7, that the Frankie family were all these like, you know, back alley gangsters, that he became their boss so that he could kind of like clean up the city a little bit. Like he banded them all together and put them under his command so that, you know, they were still like outlaws or gangsters or whatever, but he was like kind of controlling them a little bit more. And we get to see him meet like all the members, the sisters, like, and just like them all coming together.
The sea monsters.
Yeah.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
Love them.
And it was just such a beautiful line. And one of the Frankie family members says too, like, because Frankie has spent his whole time like trying to do all this stuff to make up for Tom, right? Iceberg's like, you need to forgive yourself. But the Frankie family's like, it's okay for you to be happy too. Like you do so much stuff to make us happy. And like, we don't know how to live without you and all these things, but like, it's okay for you to chase happiness in your dream. And Iceberg's like, you've been suppressing your dream for so long, dude. Like,
he's like, no, it changed. She's like, no, it didn't.
He's like, no, it didn't. Something it's not going to be a ship of dreams until it gets to the end of the journey.
You need to be there, bro.
Yeah. So that was like it's up there as one of the, I was like, after all this, and we still got Usopp to get to, I'm like, how are they going to, make this as emotionally impactful as they made every other member join?
He's like crying on the floor in pain, and they're like, damn, she grabbed his balls again. She's like, I didn't grab his balls again. He's just like using that as an excuse to cry.
Yeah, he wishes.
He does wish.
He wishes.
Damn. He's like, who grabbed my balls? Robin?
Ooh.
Okay, hi.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The Navy comes back, and
so funny.
That's funny too, because what was the reason Garp said that he told them that it was his grandkid or something, and they were like, who can't go back? The straw hat.
Yeah,
they're like, go back.
He's like, I tried to tell him, but like, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to send you to a watery grave. I was like, what the?
Yeah.
And they're like, damn. Like, damn. That shit was funny.
And we get to see that
Sorry.
I don't think Garp has a devil fruit ability, but he is strong as shit, dude.
Cannonball, fucking
better than cannons.
Better than
freaking
cannons.
Zeke, like, chill.
Yeah, he's Zeke. Yeah,
Right.
dude. And he's singing too, like, yeah, I'm not in my prime, so they're not as intense as they used to be. And this fool is like, he's throwing multiple cannonballs at a certain point, like he's
breaking the sound barrier, everything.
Yeah,
psycho.
Crazy.
I mean, no wonder Kobe got a little glow up training with this guy, dude. This guy's on another level.
Well, they say that too, like Luffy's training too. They're like, damn, this is why he's kind of
never
runs out of fucking energy. Like,
it's where he gets his vitality from.
Because I guess before we were introduced to him, before that, Garp was like throwing him down off cliffs and like tying him. Didn't you say he like tied him to,
he towed him in the balloons and he's floating. He's like,
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's making even more sense as to how Luffy's doing the things that he's doing, fighting warlords. He was trained by one of the most prominent Marines in history that we know so far.
Yep. Bro, and I did not see this shit happening either. When they get on this new ship, which they get a little tour, Sanji finally gets his fridge that locks up, Frankie
great ship.
Yeah, Frankie mentions that he put an aquarium in there. He's talking about it's a nice place to eat dinner.
Like, yeah, you can like collect fish from
makes
around
complete sense.
Blue and like, eat it fresh all the time. And I was like,
it's like, oh my God.
Frankie, you're a madman.
I would live in that.
Oh,
I would live in the world, bro. I'm sorry. I think I would. If I knew that, I'd be okay. Like, Usopp gets his shit rocked like every arc. He gets stabbed, shot, beaten, sliced,
spit
on, stomped. Usopp has been destroyed. But they make it a point. Like, he's just a regular guy. I'm like, I guess, bro. I guess. Yeah. But it's like, it's just dope. Like, if it's just cool, the idea of you gain experience, you literally every aspect you just get stronger. Like,
but also all that
great.
shit might be worth it to just live on that.
That's what I'm saying. If you can just like get stabbed and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna die, and you just have the willpower, you'll be fine, and you'll be even stronger. You'll be even stronger.
I just
like, this is the best anime world to live in for sure. But is it?
Damn, I'd be getting hurt just so I can have Baby Choppy work on me.
That's fucking facts.
Yeah, you really would. Yeah, you really would.
I'd be like, Chopper, I cut my finger. And he'll be like, it's okay. And he'll wrap me up and I'll be like,
Honey, Tony. Hey,
Mehgan would have cuts all over her body constantly all the time. Like, I fell down the stairs. Can you help me?
On the ship. It's like,
Yeah,
I was like, I heard that it's like good therapy, like to hug like stuffed animals or like
He's like, correct. I read about that.
He's like, correct. I read about that.
My little doctor book.
And I'm like, okay, come here.
You're wild. You're wild. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect them to just straight up start leaving. I mean, obviously the Navy's coming for them, Garp is coming for them, but they start leaving.
Loved it.
And Luffy has such a cool ass moment here, dude. And I think it's kind of undercut or kind of small. Not a lot of focus is given to it, but it's so cool. He's like, everybody's like, well, I guess that's it. I guess Usopp made his decision. And Luffy says something to the effect of like, him not being here right now is his decision. Like that's him saying all he needs to say. I made sure, even though I was asleep or whatever, I made sure that at no point there was somebody always in that room that we were in. Whether we all went off to go shopping or I was past, there was always somebody in that room. So he could have at any point come in and said something. He didn't. So we're taking off. I think they're still holding out hope a little bit, but for the most part, like they're like, all right, bye. And Usopp sees the ship taking off, and he's like, guys, wait, I'm here. But also that makes me feel kind of similarly to Luffy. Like, you had time, bro. Like, you had like weeks or a week.
Well, I mean, he thought that just like fighting side by side with them the whole time was going to be enough.
I mean, I don't think.
Well, it goes back to the point, like, Usopp needed to take accountability.
Yes.
This whole thing was literally started from his own insecurities.
No, exactly. And that's why he's like, I'm Cyber King. And they're like, okay, we don't care. That's not enough.
Yeah, and it's like, it goes back to the point of like, okay, we're a real pirate group now. So we can't be, if you're not on your knees fucking begging at this point from mutiny, from a pirate group, You think the Pirate King's group has a mutiny on the regular like that? No, it's a disgrace.
Yeah.
You're banished. Bye.
It's a disgrace. Reputation's tarnished, and now I have a new enemy, my own crewmate?
Yeah.
No, that man needs to say something. He needs to apologize on his fucking knees and cry.
And Zoro said, like, if the first words that come out of his mouth are, I'm sorry, then it's like, bye. And that's, just that they're sticking so hard to their guns, I love, because like you said, they need to. And so when Usopp's on the cliff and he's just like, from a distance, he's like saying all these things. Someone else on the ship says like, there's Usopp. Usopp's here. And Usopp's like talking to you or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Luffy's like, I
can't hear him.
I can't hear him because he's not saying.
Yeah.
Because part of me likes to think that even if Luffy could hear because he's not saying sorry, he's like, he's not saying the
That's
right
what it was. They're like, no, Chopper's like, I know you guys can hear him.
Yeah.
Chopper's like, I know you hear him. Because Chopper's like, that's like his, that's his BFF. He's like, what the heck?
But he's like, nope.
Zero's like, nope, don't hear.
Right words.
And then Usopp finally just screams that he's sorry, and that he takes full accountability. Scene. And immediately
bawling his eyes out.
And as soon as he says it, that's all it takes in the midst of this like epic battle. That's all it takes for Luffy to literally, stretch his hand out.
And Luffy's freaking bawling too.
Yeah, he's crying.
He's like, was it that hard?
He's like, ah!
As he's stretching out.
Yeah. And it was like, finally, man. Like, I mean, it was so worth it.
That's crazy.
Down
to the last, like, when they're leaving.
I know.
Yeah.
Dang.
And so now the gang is officially all back together.
Better than ever.
New additions, new ship.
New ship. Oh.
And Frankie's so cute. He's like, anything you want to know about this ship, let me know. Like, just ask me a question.
Yeah.
Like, anything that happens to the ship, I'll fix it immediately. I'll fix anything that happens. I'm like, damn.
They got a ship right, man.
They finally got a ship right. They're on the 1,000, Sonny, and they use the coup de burst to escape.
They fly. They flew.
They flew.
Coup de burst is iconic. Fucking iconic.
It's so sick. They're literally like flying through the air.
Yep.
Back better than ever.
His grandpa's like, not bad.
Yeah.
His grandpa, bro.
Like, not freaking bad. Like,
not bad at all.
That's my grandson. Hopefully, I could see him again.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Garp.
Grandpa Garpy.
And then we get like a flashback of, or not flashback, but then we get like, it cuts to everybody that we mentioned in the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, it cuts to Smoker and Tashigi, who are like, okay, we got to go after them no matter what. Smoker's like,
I'm pissed.
I don't know what they think they're going to do at this point.
That's what I was saying.
They attacked like Enies Lobby itself.
Yeah.
Literally, it's been so long since like any of them have like gone up against Smoker.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
And how would they even stand a chance now? Like, how would Smoker, like, he's strong as
shit.
He's
still, I guess you still can't hit him technically, but I mean, as soon as you connect, like, how is he not just getting rocked by Gear Second?
That's what I'm saying. Like, they have no idea what they're up against now.
No, they don't. But we also don't know what we're up against. We're going to the Florian Triangle.
Yeah, I don't
the
even
Bermuda
know.
Triangle. Like, what?
I don't even know what to expect.
Even know. Truly. Don't truly.
So it was cool to see Smoker again and kind of see everybody in their new. I'm a sucker for new outfits, updated kind of like looks,
One Piece does that shit all the time.
Good shit, bro. I love that shit.
Literally, someone commented too, like, "Oh, can't wait for the cosplay because they changed like costumes so many times." And I'm like, I'm obsessed.
Every arc, pretty much, they changed
because it's like Oda, like. He knows what's up, and like even as someone who likes to draw, like, or someone who I could only imagine like drawing the same characters and the same stuff would get boring. And he's like, I'm just gonna change it up, shit.
Mm-hmm.
And new setting, it
makes it realistic.
It does, and it makes you feel like you're in like this new, like, even with Alabasta, like their costume changes, like they're fitting into the world,
the culture of that.
It's
country,
awesome.
Yeah, we see Smoker and Tashigi, we see Vivi and all the Alabasta guys.
Karu. I was like, baby.
I like the Alabasta crew.
Vivi's like, so I already knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's keeping up. She's reading the newspaper. She's educated. She's read. That girl read.
I think
that girl's read.
She has a crush on Luffy.
Maybe she does.
Maybe she do. She'll be queen of her country.
She does.
And royalty, king of the pirates, queen of Alabasta.
That's kind of dope though. He comes by. He doesn't stay, but he's like a pirate because he's like, oh, he's free. He's got to go though. But he comes by, visits. The queen of the kingdom. You just got.
That'd be dope.
That'd be dope.
That's pretty dope. I'd ship that.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Because someone even says like, "Dang, Luffy's thinking even when you guys aren't together." I was like,
yeah.
So it's cool how you said at the end like Vivi. You said Usopp like it's a different situation than like when they were leaving Vivi, and
Yeah.
Luffy was like, "Where's Vivi?" Like he was like yelling to the shore, and he was like expecting her to be there.
Yeah.
And he was expecting her to be there, and they even said like quiet. But now he's like, now with Usopp, he's not expecting them to be there.
Mm-hmm.
He's like accepting it. I think his role as a captain is slowly increasing more and more.
Mhm.
And he's
it's
seems
just,
like he's making those decisions.
like realizing the responsibility too. Like obviously she can't go with you. She has a freaking country to run.
Mm-hmm.
Like understanding
he's
that.
understanding things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we also get like the cooks. We see Luffy's hometown. We see like Kaya and Usopp's pirates, Zoro's master.
Oh, that was so
Nojiko and Gen, Dr. Kuriha and Dalton.
Did you like it when the kids are like, no one believes us that it's Usopp?
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's so funny.
Yeah,
like
that's
Usopp
funny.
like literally has lied about doing all this shit, and the one time he gets his face on a wanted poster,
There's
like
a mask
it's
on.
not him.
Yeah.
They're like, we know the nose.
Yeah, it's him. Like no one else has a nose like that.
Yeah, and they're like, let's make the mask out of clay. I was like,
got it.
She got it.
Got it.
Say less.
Got it.
Say less.
Yeah, and I just love the fact too that they're all like, even Kuriha says it like she's just happy to see that he's okay.
I loved that line, dude.
Because it's like
Bounty
everyone
posters means that they're okay
that they're alive. Like
they're
they
alive,
don't have contact with them.
Fuck
like
no.
it was just so cute.
Well, see, because Dalton's like, there must have been some sort of mix-up. He's only, they say it's only 50 berries or whatever, and she's like, I don't care how much he's worth. Like, I just want to see him. Like, I'm just happy to see him.
I would forget Miss Chopper too.
Yeah, like that was such a cool line. But it was, everybody's like kind of moment was so sweet and like
That's
kind of
dope,
cool
man.
seeing all of them again. And that's why I said like something about this just feels like it was like really completing this whole like portion of this like saga kind of.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's like chapters and arcs and sub arcs, but this was like a whole ass like
That was a
saga.
It was like it was definitely a completed storyline.
Yeah.
From beginning to end, and it was the longest one so far, but definitely the most like the biggest one. It was like the sequel. It was like it did everything that the previous did.
Yeah.
But if better.
Yeah.
If not.
That's like a post-credit scene.
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
This whole thing was like a giant post-credit. This whole volume was insane.
It's like get ready for part 2 in the credits.
The Straw Hats will return.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, true.
And then the last thing we really get to see, and we also get to see Dragon for a second too, but the last like really like
he's hyped.
Yeah, Dragon's like, this is the
What does he know?
Dude, he says a line too where he says like someone needed to come in to like basically make people question the world, and like you're the one who's gonna make people question the world.
Yeah, he tells Luffy to like stay questioning it.
Yeah.
He's like, always question your surroundings. It seems like Dragon is just his goal. If he were to like speak and have his own scene, he would just like, I think he really represents like the deeper themes. And I can't really say much now, but it's just like the things that he's going to talk about. Like he showed up at the end of East Blue, you know, like and the legend begins. Like he started off the whole thing. I think he's aware of what Luffy's like capable of at this point, like his potential, I guess. Like, and I guess he sees him. Maybe he sees him as a tool for the revolution.
Maybe
that's what I'm thinking.
Kind of feels like that.
Again,
maybe,
like Luffy doesn't
not.
give a shit about that
But
either.
He doesn't give a fuck about any of that.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's like, I just want to be king of the pirates, and then his
Like-
dad's like trying to like maybe make him into something. He's like,
That he's not. Maybe
I don't know
I'll
if he's
stop
gonna
them
try
if-
to make him. I think he might be trying to like manipulate who he feels like Luffy is to work to his advantage to get like to like achieve his goal.
True.
But
his
Versus,
goal
like,
is
his
pretty
grandpa,
cool though.
That's like you do you like.
Yeah, well, his
ground.
like you said earlier, like where's the disconnect between Garp and Dragon?
That's what
That's
I'm
definitely-
saying.
yeah.
And he's like, he's training them to be like, in the Marines for a reason because his dad was the way he was. So like, why is there disconnect? Like, how, he blurted out, like Garp just blurted out, like, oh yeah, Dragon, like, is your dad. You didn't know that. Like, I didn't tell you that. Like, what did he mention to Dragon? The Dragon's like, oh, that's not cool.
Probably just like the whole
secret of the whole government. Like, he's
the
like,
foundation. He's like, I'm not gonna join this
okay,
shit.
exactly.
I'm
How
not
far
doing
did
this
he
shit.
get into like trying to become that before he was like, F
That's
this?
one of the most talked about things. How far, because Dragon right now is 50 something, so he's kind of like the same generation as Aokiji. So he's it's just like that question of like,
when
does he connect? What does he know?
Well, we literally saw
Yeah.
Jaguar D Saw go through the same thing.
Yeah.
And if Jaguar would have survived, he probably would be on the same path, or
He'd
maybe
be a
similar
revolutionary.
path.
He'd be a revolutionary.
Yeah,
for sure.
He might be part of Dragon's crew.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, he probably would have been killed.
I mean, he was killed.
He
Well,
would.
yeah.
No, he would have been killed like later too.
Oh,
Because he just
oh.
knows
Oh,
too
yeah.
much. Everyone just
'Cause he
knows
kept
too
Like
much.
questioning
Dragon, like
things.
you said though, Dragon probably knows so much too.
Yeah.
Because his dad, you know.
But he's just so strong they can't touch him.
What
Yeah.
if Dragon was in the Navy?
That's
He
what I'm
was, like,
saying.
in
He
that
probably
vice admiral.
was. Like he probably was. And if it wasn't for Shanks coming into Luffy's life, he would have been a freaking officer too, probably.
If it wasn't
See the
for-
Shanks factor too.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
he definitely knows that Shanks visited Luffy as a kid. I feel. I don't know.
He
I feel like
knows
he
for
knows.
sure.
I feel like he knows a lot of shit.
Dragon for sure might know, but again, Dragon's never interacted, or at least Luffy has no memory of Dragon ever interacting with him.
No,
but does Shanks know about Dragon?
Definitely.
Probably.
He
Garp knows
him.
about Shanks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
about to pop off, dude. And
Yeah,
I feel
there's
it.
a lot of things, a lot of characters, a lot of plot lines.
Yeah.
and they all like,
They all
it's
connect.
crazy. Like,
the
yeah,
best.
it's just crazy. And like, where does Ace fit in that too? Like,
Yeah.
Ace
Oh,
is like, I don't
yeah.
want my brother to be the freaking king of the pirates. I'm having Whitebeard be. Why?
Yeah.
Why? He's trying to protect Luffy from what?
I just think, Ace is just like indebted to Whitebeard.
I
For
think I think he really loves Whitebeard, and him. I think it speaks to like his personality that he'll like try to hunt down Blackbeard to the ends of the earth.
Yes.
And shit. So,
Yes.
and
Loyalty.
Yeah, and then they even talk Shanks and Whitebeard talking about like, I know how Ace is. He's strong, but you need to say something now.
Yeah, and I think
Or
Ace
else.
just has loyalty to Whitebeard, and Ace just maybe also doesn't want to be a captain.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he is. He's pretty. He had the Whitebeard symbol on his tattooed on his back. Like he's really about Whitebeard.
yeah.
And like, we don't even see Shanks. I think we do maybe earlier, but does Shanks like respond to like Luffy's like bounty? Does he ever see
one
it?
time his first bounty
a
he did.
long time
For
ago.
His first ever
bounty,
one. He
yeah,
did.
so-
yeah.
When they were in that cave, drinking in that cave,
Yeah.
long time ago.
And
he
Mihawk
did.
met with him.
Yeah.
Mihawk brought
Yeah,
it to him.
Mihawk met with him.
Yeah, so it's like, damn, like, does
They
he
know
even
each
know
other.
what's going on? Like, does he see all these people in his
I think
freaking
I'm sure
party
that he
now?
knows because the Yonko are they kind of have to they're the balance of power. Like, but they even say that like the Yonko aren't like a united front. Like the four crews are still technically are at odds with each other because they're pirates. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah,
always say
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, pirates are always enemies. Like they're not really at.
It's like a fragile or delicate balance. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and I mean, that's pretty much the only reason why the world government's still standing to an extent, or like how it is right now, because all four of the emperors they're not united like that. And the only way
And
that
if they were.
but if they were, that's why they didn't like that Shanks and Whitebeard were linking up, because although they might be able to handle that, if they were to fight against the world government, I'm sure they would take some losses. But then there's two other crews that could come in and fuck up the world government after the whole conflict.
But
So it's a balance of power, they say.
it's a balance of power, and the Straw Hats are gonna fucking disrupt this balance of power
Yeah.
because they already got into fucking Enies Lobby.
Yeah, they already fucked up.
Well, that's the
Enies
thing.
Lobby.
If the Straw Hats, even though they're strong, if they can do what they did to Enies Lobby,
They
then
can do
yeah.
that
What
to-
if Whitebeard and Shanks' crew combined? I mean, they could do so much
And then
more.
Shanks
than-
is like, "Oh,
things.
Luffy, you want to work with me?" And Luffy's like, "Yeah, I love you, Shanks.
Oh,
I miss
yeah.
you."
And
Like,
then
he
you
just-
have another warlord level crew.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. Luffy would like easily recruit. Like he would still be captain, but he would I think,
be an
eager
asset.
to help. Shanks
No, yeah,
do whatever.
if Shanks was like, dude, just roll with me real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Okay,
Yes,
Pull
he'd be
up.
like,
Yeah,
this
you
is-
got it.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
such an asset. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And this like stuff with the emperors, this balance of power really is like the plot of One Piece. Pretty
This is
much
the plot
it.
that I love the most. So I'm like so happy to hear that, because out of all of the different types of stories that we get, when we get these like dense, deep lore, sort of like emperor balance of power chapters, I'm like, yes.
I mean, this was all that.
Yeah,
This
all
was
of
the
it.
most.
This was the most.
I mean, this
It's set up
volume
full of
was
everything.
chock full.
Mhm.
It was
like-
insane. Like you might just need to freaking buy this volume, because it's just like it's
You can buy the
One Piece
volume.
Bible.
Yeah.
It
Shit.
really is. Like, someone said, "This is my favorite volume," and I was like, "I believe that."
I believe it.
I might just have to own it.
Seeing it for the first time, I'm like, God, like, it's like I watched it, but so it was just like 10 episodes straight of like info, and that's one of the best parts of One Piece. But and things like that do not end. It is at times it is even the forefront of the arc itself is the world building. So this is definitely a great transitional arc, and it shows you what the potential of One Piece's storytelling is.
Yeah, for real. Because I mean, up to this point, I mean, Enies Lobby, I think, was for sure that shift of like we're doing wacky adventures, we're meeting giants, we're going to Drum Island, meeting little reindeer wear guy.
It's an adventure.
Like it's an adventure, but now I'm like, damn,
but
this is like
goal.
A mission.
Well, there's a goal. At the end of the day, you forget that it's not like. It is like other shonen and stuff, but in that like there's a dream, but a lot of times like that kind of falls in the background.
It does.
That is not a prominent part of a lot of the chapters we read up until now. Like there is an arc technically where like Luffy fought Crocodile and he wants to surpass him, but that wasn't like that isn't why he fought Crocodile, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
Like he's doing all this for other reasons, but now it seems like there's certain things where he's gonna have to pay attention to somebody's title as well.
I'm happy that
which is interesting.
I'm happy that we haven't been like Luffy hasn't gotten a hint as to where the One Piece is. Like, no, someone hasn't tipped him off and been like,
that
hey,
shit could be
Luffy.
anywhere, bro.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's not like a regular story would have hinted at that shit immediately.
They don't care.
Not immediately, but like probably now. Like, oh, just a little bit, but no.
But I like what you said too, Nolan, about like he has to be careful about what he does, because even though he does it for different reasons and he does it because he doesn't care, he's just trying to protect the people he cares about. To an outsider, they're gonna say like, okay, well, this guy is taking out warlords of the sea. He's going against like the judicial island, the government. It might start to look like from an outsider's point of view that he's got some ulterior motives, that and being Dragon's son too, if that gets out, people might start looking at everything he's doing and be like, yeah, this guy is like, he's doing all of this stuff intentionally to get power. But if they don't know him, because, if they did, they know that he's just a madman.
Yeah, same thing with Garp and Dragon.
Yeah.
It's like, whose side is he on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
he's on his own side.
And just like all this talk about like, whose side are you on? Like what group do you belong to? Do you think he belongs to that group? Like, One Piece definitely introduced that aspect of like that aspect of world building, and that this person could belong to like another group of characters that you had no idea belonged to each other or were connected to each other in that way. It's similar to like no, not really. Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
But the last thing that happens before, and we've kind of already given a lot of our final thoughts, or just our thoughts throughout, which I love. But the last thing that we have to talk about is just that really quickly, that fight between Blackbeard and Ace.
Woo!
And we get to see Blackbeard's Devil Fruit ability, which is darkness, which is also gravity.
Itself. Yeah. It's a scary ability.
It's like this man can create black holes.
Yeah.
And suck entire towns into black holes. I mean, it's and crazy.
Also take away people's freaking abilities.
Yes, and it's a Logia type devil fruit, but also he shouldn't be able to be harmed by other Logia type devil fruit users, but because it also absorbs, whatever's being thrown at him, he feels the pain and it's intensified.
He feels twice as much pain
but
as
if
somebody
he
else.
touches them, he like freaking not rogue, I guess. But if he touches them, they lose all their
lose their power.
Yeah.
But I'm like, someone would kill for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like very powerful stuff.
And that's
ridiculous.
Probably one of the most. I mean, we've seen crazy.
He said it was
powerful.
crazy. He said it was like the most powerful or like most evil fruit or something like that.
Yeah,
Seems
to
like
logged at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many that aren't. You know, they're not. I think Oda mentions that too, because someone was like, "Did like Luffy know? How did Luffy know which devil fruit he ate, or how did they know which one it was?" And some of them are logged, some of them aren't. So it's like, is that one the most powerful? There's definitely more out there that could be powerful. Like,
yeah, and like I said, this seems and feels like a powerful devil fruit. Like we've seen a lot. We've seen creative ways that people have used, like like Luffy, the way he uses his, like
it's pretty good.
Using rubber to like his veins and cells and everything.
I love that. Gear Second's explanation. It was so dope.
It was awesome.
It was dope.
So we've seen like maybe lesser powerful devil fruits be used in creative ways, but this seems like
this is like a world-ending devil fruit.
Yes, this seems like crazy power.
Crazy power.
And what was the guy with the monocle? the sniper guy.
Van Auger.
Yeah, he's
supersonic.
He's cool, and he kind of mentioned too, like, damn, like, you know, some of these people just rely on these devil fruit powers way too much and don't have the strength to do it, but like he has both.
Yeah,
Ace has both.
Ace has both.
Yeah, Ace has both.
Yeah, he doesn't. You know, he didn't always rely on.
He's
this,
a Whitebeard commander.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And just that little like line of dialogue, I was like, that's gonna be important for sure. Because Luffy kind of was relying on it, and now that he's kind of building up his strength, he's not relying on it so much. He's like, you know,
now
using it to his
then he's
best
kind
ability.
of starting to in his own way master his own version of the 6 powers, like the gears.
Yeah, his gears are like a whole new thing. For sure, he unlocked his power. You never know what he's capable of now. He can do a gear 3rd, like Gatling.
Yeah,
he can do. He's pretty. He has a lot of potential right now. Yeah, it's crazy.
And then their battle is intense, and Ace is having a hard time keeping up, and it literally ends like this part of this arc ends with like Ace's hat falling, and it says that this fight was the trigger for major events to follow. You're just like, what?
Yeah. This saga is crazy. They left off like definitely a purposeful, like look forward to the next one because it's coming faster than you think it is. So
I wanted to say too. I remember the last episode you talked about something that would happen that would make you lose your mind.
What? What'd I say?
Space pirates.
Enel. Enel's cover story.
You were like, if there's space pirates in this, I'm gonna lose my shit.
They're like space, like World War II soldiers, or like that are also funny. Like muskrats or something.
No, there's muskrats, and then there's the ones that are like the big one that he finds that's like huge.
Oh yeah,
has like timers on him and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
what is that?
It's a space pirate. He literally says like him versus a space pirate, like space pirate.
That's right.
I like the muskrats though; they're cute. Ones are like a samurai outfit.
It's just great.
They're
I fucking
cute.
love it.
But what if Enel or Inaru or whatever his name is, different translations, gets an army of freaking space pirates, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's what I'm saying. One of the finales, it's like all the warlords of the sea. It's all the emperors, and then they're like all like
Enel comes down from the heavens with his muskrat army. Oh, I would love that. That'd be so sick.
Like the straw hats are like they're in
the shit. They're in the shit. They're all bloody. They're like and they're all like on the floor, and they're like, what is that? And then he's just like coming down the moon like
like a rocket ship. Oh, we forgot to mention that Iceberg wants to try to make the whole island of water.
That was crazy.
That's cool.
That was awesome.
He does want to make the whole island float.
He's like, oh, you want to make the whole island ship? Okay. And he's like, what? I can do it. I'm like, damn. Okay.
I'm like, that sounds doable to me.
It's freaking an island in the sky.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, did the Enel's cover story end from where you guys are at?
No.
No, it started?
No, I think the ending was right when you like see the big space pirate. Like before you see a little muskrat, and then like the next one was like him with the big space pirate.
No,
like
I like his
fighting
cover story.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I want to see what happened. I'm like more invested in that than I've been in a lot of the other cover stories. They've all been cool, but I'm like, what is happening?
No, because they're revealing something about the world. That you can. I don't know if you noticed, but in the flashback in O'Hara, like they had like a picture of the globe of the world, and they had like 6 or 7 moons like surrounding like the entire globe. So it seems like the moons, I mean, like I just feel like that aspect is purposeful. Like there's like 6 or 7 moons, like that's specifically what is surrounding the globe of the One Piece world.
Because the moons are very important to the ocean.
Moons are very important to the ocean.
We wouldn't have tides. We wouldn't have anything.
That's why
with
maybe
the
Grand Line is so crazy. And that's why
there's 6 moons. Yeah, there's 6 of them.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
wild.
It's crazy.
I love this world, these characters, this story. Oh, goddamn!
It's just it doesn't like. That's the thing. Like people say about One Piece, that it doesn't hold itself back with like the types of stories that it can tell. It can literally tell any type of story. It doesn't like. There's no. The author made it to where anything's possible. Anything's possible, but it's also very believable because you know that if he's going to introduce it in the main story, he's going to flesh it out a lot.
Yeah.
And that's just what's been happening so far. So I look forward to the next
the
coming story arcs.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean,
I'm very much looking forward to the next story arcs.
Dude, Post Enies Lobby was so dense. So I mean, Water 7 Enies Lobby, like amazing. One of my top arcs. But Post Enies Lobby was so full of like lore building, world building, character building, backstory, everything that like
it's crazy.
I love it. I read it so slow too because I was like I wanted to take in every panel
because you find out every chapter was just like, oh my god, like they're showing him, her. Like,
it felt every line felt so important. And I was like, it took me forever to read these like 10 or 11 chapters because I was like really like digesting it. It was awesome. And I cannot wait to see where the crew goes with their new members, their new ship. I mean, I literally have never been more excited to read more than I am right now in this moment.
I agree. I totally agree. Because it's so satisfying.
Yeah.
Like it's just the other parts were satisfying because it was the end of an arc and it was the end of like a complete like little story or like mission. But this was like satisfying because it's like
the plot
we're going in.
Yeah.
Like we're going in.
The
like,
plot actually progresses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Finally, like it feels like
Yeah.
we've just been kind of moving place to place to place. Like now the actual story, the thing that we're actually like, you know, things that haven't been answered or like explained to us are finally being told. And it's like
you get the whole picture after this.
Mhm.
You're
Yeah.
like, okay, so these are the people that will be in our way.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's crazy. Wow. Well, I mean, that's going to do it, though, for the Post Enies Lobby discussion and episode. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the very end. If you're still here, like I said, I've never been more excited to continue this story, so make sure to tune in. We've already kind of alluded to or hinted at Mehgan's cosplay that we're going to start working on to kind of up the ante, outdo ourselves.
I think that'll be part 2 of Thriller Bark.
Probably, part 2 of Thriller Bark. We got a very special mystery guest coming for part 2, the finale of Thriller Bark. So you're going to want to stay tuned. We got a lot of fire stuff happening.
Yeah, I said last episode, he was like, special guest. I was like, it's Nolan. Like, it's Nolan.
It's Nolan. But yeah, so stay tuned.
Be crazy.
You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be a crazy couple weeks, a crazy story, a crazy arc. I'm so excited to discover it and talk about it. And yes, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching these videos. The only thing we have to do before we get out of here is thank our wonderful, amazing, beautiful Patreon members. Thank you guys for your support. It's because of your support that even this cosplay that we're hinting at, we're gonna start working on that we can even do things like this because of you and your support. You allow us and give us the financial freedoms to do all of these things, and everything that you give us allows us to put more time, energy, effort, and anything and everything into these episodes, this production value. So you are a direct factor and part and play a big major part.
It's your fault.
It's your fault. This podcast is your fault.
You get a Rob Lucci cosplay.
Yes. Yeah. Man, you guys are really amazing, and it like blows us away every day, and every new Patreon member we get means the world to us. So thank you so much for your support. And if you would like to show your support, become a Patreon member yourself. If you're not already, then you can go to patreon.com/volume1pod or click join on this video to become a YouTube member, early access to our exclusive bonus Patreon podcast, Volume 1 Extra. But if you're looking for other ways to support us that are totally free of charge, Mehgan, why don't you let them know how they can do that?
Yeah. If you have a bounty on you right now and you don't have any extra berries, you can join the algorithm gang. And what that is you can comment on any one of our videos. You can comment, an emoji, a period, literally anything on any of our videos, and it acts as a free tip to us, and it helps our algorithm out a lot. And it shares our videos far and wide throughout the Grand Line. And it really helps us if you can't, support us financially. It doesn't matter. Free 99 all day.
Yes, we appreciate your support no matter how you can show it and how you do show it. Support is support, and we love you for it. So thank you. That is going to do it for another Done Piece episode, Post Enies Lobby. The only thing I have to do, is to get out of here on our outro that's always the same. It never changes.
Yes!
Which today is... We gotta. It's got Post Enies Lobby. The thousand.
Sunny.
Something with nuts.
Something with nuts.
Balls.
Something with balls.
Maybe coup de vent.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, shoo.
Because we're like
flying
shoo,
away.
Shoo. Yeah. It's coup de vent, right?
Yeah.
Is it coup or coup? It's coup.
Coup
de vent.
Coup de vent.
Okay, let's say that.
Okay.
Because we're like shooting off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I like it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And until next time, coup de vent.
Robin, don't grab my balls! Robin!
She's like, I want to.
Robin, I want to.
Robin, don't stop.
Okay, relax. Relax.